whose hope is in the name of the Lord.
I grew up in revival night after night after night, you know, the big Jesus movement. And I was a little itty-bitty, cross-legged on the floor, watching God move and watching people really worship. So that's part of my heritage, and that's deeply ingrained in me. But, you know, I did not, I've been in Nashville for 22 years, and my whole adult life here, I never had a church or found a church that worshiped like that. And so I had been very disconnected from that part of myself for pretty much my whole adult life. And in 2008, I got to be part of a DVD taping at the Ryman, Songs for Worship, for Time Life. And it was Ricky Skaggs and Sonia Isaacs and Rebecca Lynn Howard and Richie McDonald and Don Poitras. I'm going to leave out people, but I mean people that I love. And the purpose for that night was to sort of reclaim the Ryman for its original purpose, which, you know, it was built as a church where people could come and God could move and change their lives. And so the people who were putting this together wanted it to be a night of like true, genuine worship. And, you know, after I lost my deal with Capitol, I'd gone through a pretty rough stretch there and got pretty lost and had said, I will never stand on the platform of a church again and sing. Did not want to be in church. I wanted God, but I didn't want anything to do with Christians. But there was a long journey there, and I ended up singing at this thing at the Ryman. And it was the first time I'd stood on the platform of a church to sing any kind of Christian music in probably like 12 years. And Lenny LeBlanc was there, whom I absolutely adore, like one of my heroes. And I was doing two songs that everybody knew, but they were new to me, because, you know, everybody had been in church but me. And so they asked me to do Breathe and Revelation Song. And I got up, and I couldn't even listen to those songs without losing it at that point. I got up, and Lenny starts playing the intro, sweet little Lenny. And it was like I was 18 again, standing in front of people to sing for the first time. My whole body just started shaking, and tears just started rolling down my face. And the presence of the Lord just felt so strong. And so it took me a little bit to compose myself, and Lenny's just playing the intro over and over. Susan will get it together here in a minute. And I made it through those two songs, but somewhere in the process of it, it's like the Lord just reached down inside of me, and He just pulled all the junk out, you know. And He changed me that night. And it was just amazing. And it's one of those things, like, you hear that happens to people, but you can't ever really, like, genuinely articulate it until you know that God has reached down inside of you and changed you. And so that changed the course of my life at that point. That was June 1st, 2008. And Ricky Skaggs that night, you know, at the end of the night, he's such a big teddy bear, like a grandpa. I just love him. And he came up and put his arms around me. He said, the Lord wanted me to tell you He healed you tonight. And, of course, I started bawling again. And he said, do you know that? And I said, I do know that. He said, the Lord has healed you tonight, and He's put you back on your path. Now go walk it. I said, I plan on it.
What joy for those whose hope is in